Okay, here we go. I'm starting to record here on Blog TV. I'm going to answer some of the questions I've been given here on YouTube so that you can get a feeling for where I'm coming from or what I'm about with reference to these particular questions. So one at a time. This is from Big Ass Lover 85, and it's quite simply called Irreducible Mind. This is the name of the private message. It says here, the recent discussions on astral travel have indirectly led me to an amazing lecture between Edward Kelly and Dean Radin, which I thought you would find interesting. I don't know if you've heard of it, but if not, here you go. No, I haven't actually been to that one. It says here, basically all the evidence is increasingly pointing to a mind-body dualism. Enjoy. Well, actually that's something that I personally would agree to a certain extent. Because I tend to build my model of the world based upon personal experiences. Of course, I started having strange personal experiences first and foremost, and I then started to try and find out more after that. Of course, these experiences go back to when I was about 4 years old, and I saw like my first ghost for the first time, and that sort of led me to a kind of an interest in what the supernatural was, if it was anything at all, and I had to try and do a bit more research into the subject. Then of course I hit my teenage years and I went through like the mill of New Age paganism, which of course I'm not completely involved in, but I do attend some pagan meetings once in a while. And I carried on reading, and I read things like Sylvan Muldoon and Hereward Carrington's The Projection of the Astral Body, which I've spoken about a lot on YouTube, and other key occult texts. And essentially, yes, there does seem to be, on the basis of personal experience, if you can take enough time to work yourself up to the point of having the strange experiences, which does take a long time. You've got to learn about meditation, you've got to learn about all the states of consciousness. Maybe if you don't have epilepsy, migraine, or any other form of seizure type complaint, then maybe get yourself a mind machine and start practicing with different order states of consciousness as a result of that. And then use like the visualization techniques that you find in forms of occultism combined with the breathing exercise that you learn from martial arts and other things. I also recommend the works by Mauni Sadhu called Concentration. He also did one called The Tarot, I think, in which he drew an amazing parallel between certain forms of Gnosticism and the Tarot itself, as well as to go into in great detail the importance of how you use your mind to develop a good form of spirituality in its own right. And so yes, I personally of the opinion that there may hypothetically be some kind of mind-body dualism, and the mind itself can extend to a certain extent outside of the body and outside of time itself to a certain degree. Now that would only be like little by little or bit by bit, but essentially with practice you can do more, and I'm beginning to feel that things like deja vu itself might actually be a very basic form of precognition. So these are some of the views I have. I don't fully understand them. We can't fully understand them because essentially some things just basically have not been properly researched enough for us to be able to turn around and say, yes, we've got complete and utter thorough objective facts on this particular subject. So as a result of that, you know, I would have to turn around to you and say there's still some things that we don't understand, but personal experiences points to the possibility of there being universal omnipresent consciousness. And it's part of our job as a human being to try and understand this, because we still have the capacity to experience these things. That's essentially one of the reasons why I do my various blog TVs and my YouTube videos as well, so that you can get a feeling for what I'm talking about. I would say that it's important for us to try and understand this stuff, because yes, it says something about us. Maybe there's some kind of benefits for bodily health or psychological health, which can actually be gained or extracted from supernaturalism, occultism, and of course forms of religiosity in the world today. So this is one of the reasons why I carry on. I'm not a Bible literalist, I'm not a pagan literalist, I'm not a supernaturalist literalist. I'm someone who has had some strange experiences and bases his models of the world based upon strange experiences, but what I don't do is see my conclusions as being hard and fast facts. That's essentially where I'm coming from at the moment.